Just there. Goodbye, Hugh. Hey! No! So bad!
Welcome back to the world of horror and dread with the cursed. This video, despite not being an ad, will show you just why not every doorbell is meant to be attended, and why a doorbell camera is not something you want, but something you absolutely need. In another one of the latest clips that were shared by a terrified viewer, caught on their doorbell camera had an old and eerie house, something strange was caught on tape that will send chills down your spine. A naked man, with his hand desperately covering his privates, was seen frantically running across the street from his neighbor's house and up to the front door of the house. As the footage unfolds, it becomes clear that this man was under the influence of a terrifying and potent drug called crystal meth. The drug had him in a state of complete paranoia, making him believe that there were venomous snakes slithering all over his clothes. The crazed man ran around the neighborhood, knocking on doors and ringing doorbells while screaming for help. This was a sight that no one had ever witnessed before, and the terror that gripped the neighborhood was palpable. The homeowner, who had never had any issues before, captured the entire ordeal from two angles, revealing the full extent of the madness that had gripped the man. Something demonic, or merely schizophrenia, we may never truly know. Imagine this as you see the video we bring for you today. You're in your home, it's the dead of night, and you're just about to drift off to sleep. Suddenly, a notification pops up on your phone, alerting you to movement outside your front door. You're hesitant, but curiosity gets the best of you, and you decide to take a look at the footage. That's when you see it, a person wearing a hat, face mask, and sunglasses, creeping towards your front door in a crouch walk. You watch in horror as they fiddle with your video doorbell, attempting to remove it. When they fail, they cover the camera with their hand and ring the doorbell. As you watch the video, a sense of dread washes over you. What do they want? Who are they? As you try to process what you're seeing, the person walks towards the side of your house, out of view of the camera. You can't help but feel like they're watching you, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. As you sit frozen in fear, you hear the doorknob to your side entrance being tampered with. You've already called 911, but you can't shake the feeling that the intruder is getting closer and closer. Suddenly, a voice breaks the silence. It's the intruder saying hello in an overly friendly yet eerie tone. You know not to open the door, but the banging continues, sending chills down your spine. After what seems like an eternity, the banging stops, and the intruder seems to give up. The police arrive, but the footage doesn't reveal much, leaving you feeling helpless and vulnerable. To make matters worse, you receive another notification later that night of movement at your front door. But when you look, there's no one there. Who was the intruder? What did they want? And most importantly, are they still out there, lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike again? In this terrifying clip that came to our attention, we're shown the terrifying risks of blindly trusting strangers. A hooded figure with an unsettling demeanor rushed towards the home's front door, alarming the homeowner. The homeowner's instincts kicked in, and they secured the door before the mysterious figure could enter. However, this only provoked the stranger, and he began ringing the doorbell persistently. Despite having no idea who was on the other side, the homeowner made the grave mistake of unlocking the door without any caution.
Good. You need to leave. How fast? Out there. What?
What's the stairs?
Come on, where are you going?
What's the stairs?
Goodbye, Q.
The stranger was already inching closer the moment the door was ajar, sending shivers down the homeowner's spine. To make matters worse, the homeowner's overly friendly greeting to the stranger was extremely unsettling, given the stranger's creepy vibes. Suddenly, the stranger lunged forward,
Hello.
forcing the homeowner to push him away, causing him to lash out and smash the door's glass. As the stranger loitered around for a few more moments, fiddling with the doorknob and trying to get inside, the clip ended abruptly, leaving us all hanging with bated breath. When a stranger knocks on your door, be cautious. This story will undoubtedly give you the creeps. It all began when Raymond answered the door thinking the delivery person was bringing him an item during the early stages of the COVID-19 lockdown. He had no idea that he was about to experience a frightening surprise. The alleged delivery driver, with his face hidden behind a mask, took a step back, pretending to take a photo of the package at the doorstep, a common practice for expensive deliveries. Raymond assumed that the stranger was just another delivery driver, but he had no clue. The first warning sign in this case was that the alleged delivery was scheduled for 9:40 p.m., which is significantly beyond the usual delivery hours of most reputable delivery companies, which typically end by 7 p.m. In a horrifying turn of events, Christopher Sargent, the imposter delivery driver, pounced on Raymond with a knife as soon as he reached out to collect the parcel.
Hey! No!
Meanwhile, 3 other masked men followed closely behind. As Raymond's wife frantically tried to intervene, the house echoed with muffled voices and desperate struggles. The robbers, having gained entry for just a short while, fled the scene with stolen goods worth thousands of dollars. Raymond was fortunate to survive the attack with injuries that were not life-threatening, but unfortunately, his son endured most of the assault. Anthony Lascelles and Christopher Sargent, 2 of the attackers, were caught and charged with burglary and weapon possession. The remaining 2 attackers are still on the loose. This disturbing event serves as a clear indication of how far some people will go to deceive and manipulate others. This next video will leave you questioning the sanity of everyone you meet. The footage was captured on Kayla's Ring doorbell, who was being stalked by her friend Thomas. Despite Kayla's repeated rejection of his love, Thomas had developed an unhealthy obsession and regularly confessed his love. In the lead-up to the recording, Thomas bombarded Kayla with an increasing number of texts and voicemails, some of which initially appeared to show Kayla forgiving his past behavior. However, the tone and frequency of the messages intensified, causing Kayla to become increasingly alarmed. To make matters worse, Thomas even left disturbing audio clips in several of his voicemails, despite Kayla's lack of response.
Hey, Kayla. Listen, I want to make sure you're not too worried about what happened at the party last week. I had an amazing time, and I think you're goddamn beautiful. And I'm sorry I got so sick. I wanted to come be with you while you were getting ready and I was just so totally out of it, and I'm sorry. God, I think I might love you, and I'm sorry, and I'm gonna give you some space, and I want to be there for you, and be there for you, and I can't get you out of my fucking head, and I want to be there for you. God damn it. So fucking God damn it. And all I can do is think of you and want to be with you, and I want to be with you. I want to be your Flynn Rider, and I want to be everything to you. God damn it, babe. You're fucking amazing. You are amazing. You're my knight in shining armor, and I'm so fucking terrified of you, and God, I love you so much. So much. Please call me back. No, I lied. I'm not gonna give you some space. I'm sorry. I'm coming over. I know you're up and thinking about me. I'm sorry. I'm talking. God, I'm not sorry. God, I'm coming over. Fucking, I'm already driving. I've been driving the whole time. God damn it. I'm coming over. Fucking, I'm not gonna give you space. I know you called me back. I saw that. Yep, I know you're up thinking about me. God damn it. Oh, God damn it. I'm coming over. One way or another, I'm coming over. Fucking whatever, however, whatever. God, I'm coming over. I'll see ya. I'll be there in like 10 minutes or whatever. Whatever. I'm coming over right now. Damn it. I'll see ya. Bye. I love you. Rough road. Oh, it's a rough road. Fuck you, Kayla. I am fucking crazy. God damn it. What? You. I'll drive into the field. God damn it. Things like that, huh? Fuck you. Fuck you, Kayla. I am goddamn crazy. I'm crazy for you. God damn it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. I am crazy. Oh, that one could be a cop. That one could be a cop. We just don't know. All right. I'll settle. Anything for you, my queen. Anything for you. I'll settle. I'm going slow. My phone is dying anyway. I'm still gonna drive by your house in the middle of the night, though. And I dare you not to have your blinds open to check. I'm crazy. Maybe you'll never know if I did it. I'll do it.
The frightening video recorded Thomas showing up at Kayla's house not long after he called to say he was coming, despite her obvious disinterest in seeing him. Eventually, Kayla and her friend Raven learned that Thomas had been going by the fictitious name Thomas Castle, which was the name of the Punisher from Marvel Comics. His real name was Matthew, and it was quite concerning that he had been lying to his closest friends and romantic partner. This dishonesty might be a sign that he was hiding other aspects of his life, raising questions about his character. The video was recorded at 2 a.m., and after leaving, he sent Kayla increasingly angry texts. 4 days later, she and her friend filed a restraining order against him. After about a month of leaving her alone, he vanished from her life. Kayla blocked his number and social media accounts, and his whereabouts are currently unknown. These clips serve as a warning to always be cautious when answering the door, especially at odd hours of the night. Remember to check who is at the door before opening it, and getting a doorbell camera might be a smart decision. If you like this one, make sure to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more. See you next time.